What's going on, YouTube? Donnie with DER Reptiles here. Today, we're going to talk about that long overdue video and subject that I've been talking about since last week. I've been super busy doing things around the house, getting that thing out there, Mrs. Bloody Mary. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about her right there, Bloody Mary. Got the windows tinted in her, and just had to do a few things around the house. So looks like this week you guys are going to be getting 3 videos from me, 2 live streams. So we're going to be busy over here producing some content for you guys. But today I want to touch on a subject that is very controversial, and a lot of people are trying to cover this subject right now. Brian Barczyk recently done a video on it, so I'm going to give my opinion. I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's wrong, but this is my opinion. I've only been in the hobby for about 3 years now, but from what I've learned just in the short period of time that I've been in this hobby, this is my thoughts on this subject. So today we're going to be talking about tubs versus enclosures for your reptiles. Now, those of you that know, I have had a leopard gecko, which I had in a 20-gallon long tank. She did just fine. Everything was good. She ate and everything just perfect. I also had a bearded dragon in a 40-gallon breeder tank. He did fine. Perfect. No problems whatsoever. And you guys also know that I have 65 ball pythons in there. Now, what do I recommend for them? From my experience with all of my snakes that I have had here, I've had 1 or 2, actually about 3, in I call it an aquarium, but it was actually a glass terrarium. And I gotta say that, in my opinion, here, they do better in tubs. They eat more readily in tubs. Now, if you're a small-time breeder and you want to do enclosures, that's fine. You can do what you want. Everybody's going to do what they want. If you are a breeder and you have the enclosures, you're going to be spending more time cleaning. Yes, it may give the animal more enrichment. You have to have more hides, of course, with ball pythons. But still, that is kind of a touchy thing, because are we doing it for the animal's benefit, or are we doing it for our benefit because we want to see that animal in its naturalistic state? To me, ball pythons come from Africa. They come from termite mounds, which means they are underground most of the time. They come out to eat at night, and then they go back throughout the day. So they're used to small, confined areas. Now, what is the best way to get a small, confined area? To me, that's a tub. It's real small, it's confined, they feel good in that area, they feel safe. That's why whenever you open that tub, they're defensive. They're not aggressive, they are defensive if you startle them. Now, while they're in that tub, they're in that dark tub, or in my case, I got clear tubs, which they can see the light in nighttime. That's fine. They do fine in my tubs. But in my opinion, they do better in tubs here at DER Reptiles than they do in enclosures. Now, you could always darken the sides of the enclosure, get the foliage and hides and all that in there, but here's what you got to think of. A tub, you put your substrate down, you put you a hide in there if the snake needs it. A lot of times in tubs you don't need hides because the tub itself acts as a hide. Then you need your water bowl. Simple, They're happy. They're not like us as humans, and they don't need a lot of material things to be happy. Yes, I agree that in their natural environment they're the happiest. But does that mean what we put in a terrarium is actually for their benefit? Or is that our benefit because that's what we think they want? Because if you think about it, you put a ball python in a terrarium and it goes off a feed, but you take that same ball python that went off a feed, you throw it in a tub and it starts eating. What does that say? To me, yes. To me, they do better in tubs over terrariums. You might have better luck with them in terrariums. You may have better luck with them in tubs. Each ball python, I do believe, has their own personality. Take Bonnie, for instance, that I have. Bonnie, she is a lovable snake. I can stick my hand in there at any given time, pick her up. She will not puff up. She will not react to me picking her up or nothing. She is a sweetheart. Now, any other snake in my collection, and yes, I do hold my snakes. I don't hold them a lot, but I do feel that if you hold your snakes a lot, that may put them off feed if that personality in that snake does not want to be held. But other snakes that I have, you touch them and they kind of blow up or they move, try to get out of the way. It all depends on how much you relate to your snake, how much you bond with your snake. But if you have it in a terrarium, no matter how much you bond, that snake may be good for a while. But then it may get to a point to where it don't feel comfortable in that terrarium, and then you have to move it to a tub to get it to start eating. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying anything about what anybody else is saying is wrong or is right, but that is my opinion. Now, another thing you got to look at is if you want to keep all of your snakes in terrariums versus tubs is the upkeep. With terrariums, you got your fake plants or your real plants or whatever you have, plus your substrate, plus you got to wipe down all of your glass when you clean it. Tubs, you pull your tub out, you do your spot clean, which you can do spot clean with terrariums too, but tubs are a lot easier to take care of. To me, the ball pythons do better in tubs. Now, yeah, retics will do better in enclosures versus tubs because they get so big. But today, I'm just talking about ball pythons and my experience with ball pythons. So, final note, if you want to put your ball pythons in terrariums and deck it all out and all that, that is fine. Do what you see fit to make your snake happy. But remember, they did come from Africa and they did come from termite mounds. So, if that snake does go off a feed for no apparent reason and will not start eating again, try throwing it in a tub and it might go right back on food. Just a thought. Food for thought. That's the thought of the day. So, in the comments below, let me know what you think about this video. I know I probably missed a couple things. After all, I've been in this 3 years. Everybody else has been in it longer than me. But with my experience, that is my thought. That is the video that I wanted to put out there and give my thoughts on tubs versus terrariums. So, if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you comment below. Let me know what you think of the video. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button because you want to make sure that you hear all my content. If you like it, you don't want to miss anything. I do go live twice a week. So, again, thank you for watching. Have a great night, and I will see you guys tomorrow when we do another vlog. Have a good night. Bye.